Good morning, Salem High. I'm Ethan, and today is Friday, March 26th, 2021. And tomorrow is the first day of Passover, by the way. This week's quote of the week is surround yourself with people who are only going to lift you higher. This week, we take a look at the volleyball team as we speak with some of its players and take a look at their recent game against Swampscott. But first, we have a couple announcements. Quarter 3 progress reports were posted to Aspen yesterday, and teacher conferences are to be held on Tuesday, March 30th. Check your email for a link to sign up. 2 more Amnesty Days will be held in April, one 2 weeks from today, April 9th, and another the following Monday, April 12th. So make sure you get as much help as possible for assignments you have yet to finish by taking advantage of Win Wednesdays, office hours, dayback, and our community office at Saltonstall so you can catch yourself up to proficiency. Now, it's been a while since we last looked into the athletic department. Last year's look at the swim team was the last time we took a dive into learning about our sports teams. Get it? Dive? The winter sports season is nearly over, so for our main segment today, we will be looking into the girls' volleyball team, where we speak with 2 of its players and look into their recent game against Swampscott. Zero serving zero! How's it going? Hi, right now I'm here with 2 of our players in the girls' volleyball team. Glad to have you with us. So, why don't you guys tell me your names and what positions you guys play?
Okay, I'll go first. My name's Nicole. I'm a junior. Right now, they kind of have me trying out a couple new positions. I've been playing libero, which is a defensive specialist. And yeah, back row mostly, just passing.
Hi, I'm Autumn, and I'm a junior. I play outside, but as well as Nicole, I'm kind of like an all around player. So they have me in multiple different positions throughout the game.
All right. So my first question here is my first real question, and how is the winter volleyball season going right now for us?
I think despite all of everything everyone's dealing with lately, like Corona and all that, like everything has been getting delayed. I mean, this is for all sports too, but overall, volleyball has been pretty good. Everyone's supporting each other, all around. Such a good program. Like everyone's always like making sure every factor of what's going on is like fulfilled.
Right, I agree. Even with JV, they had a little setback with COVID. They thought that they were going to be out for like 2 weeks, but it was a false positive. So they got back on and ready to play. So I'm really glad that our coaches and even staff members like Conley and Sam, they're there with us through all of it. They're making sure that our temps are getting checked and we're checking in and everything's going pretty smoothly so far.
What's great about being on the Witches volleyball team?
I'd say personally, overall, like the energy, like the vibes everyone gives off. Everyone's all like, it's beyond just a volleyball program. It's so much more than that. And like, from an outsider, you wouldn't know that. Like, I promise you'd be like, oh, like whatever. But like inside, like everyone's always supporting each other inside and out. Like, everyone's always like on the court, backup, leadership, like the hustle. Everyone's so there for each other, and it's just like all around it shows throughout the whole program.
That's one thing that our coaches are really good with doing is they're very supportive with everything that we do. They're very engaging with what our family, like they make sure that our teammates they're very supportive of us.
Now, what's great about the sport of volleyball as a whole?
I think for me personally, some people don't bring it to that deep of a level, but I find it like I love the competition. I love like the thought of like beat it, hustle, like get to the ball, like get on the floor for it, like do everything you can to just like get it through and get it done. And I mean, I love winning, but like at the same time, it's all about team spirit. But yeah, I think honestly, the hustle and like the competitiveness.
I just like how even if you go through something at home, when you go on the court, you kind of just forget about it all and you just give it your all and you give it your best no matter what happens. Win or lose, the team will always be a team. Even when the seniors leave, they're always still checking in on us. It's just very I really love the program.
What kind of skills does it take to be a varsity player?
You have to like clearly like understand the forms and like the specifics of each position. Like the littlest things you can mess up on, obviously everyone messes up, but like rotations and like you kind of have to be like on point in a certain aspect.
I just feel like to be a varsity player, you have to have a good mindset. You have to make sure that each practice, each game, you have to be kind of a leader. You have to make sure that not only are you doing what you need to do, but you need to make sure if somebody else is having a bad day, you have to make sure that you kind of push them and encourage them to do what they're best at.
You could be an all-star player like all around, but specifically for varsity, like you cannot go into that program in general with a bad attitude, unwilling
Right.
to try, unwilling to progress. Like we have this saying Kaizen, it's like continual improvement. And if you can't represent that through the program, like you're better off like trying to like work yourself first. I'm so serious. We take that so serious. And like
Yeah, we
stuff like that,
definitely do.
if you have no respect for that, like it's kind of like a struggle to like want to like be there and work towards being a good volleyball player.
Wow. Now, what is the hardest part about playing volleyball?
I'm trying to like figure out the word for this, but like
Yes.
I would say honestly putting everything together. So like for me personally, I'm back row, so like passing, like I could have a really hard serve coming at me, and like it sometimes is a struggle to be like, I need to get this ball. And like I'll admit it, I've shanked the ball so many times I can't even count.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, like
But it's all about coming back and getting back.
yeah, and like
Not worrying
getting
about-
it to connect all together, and like the overpowerment that you guys have when you're all together, like if it doesn't click in the moment, it's really hard to like get people out of their heads. And I can say that for myself because I'm in my head a lot of the time, and it's mostly a mental game. Like nothing is like, it's like simple stuff, but at the same time you can get in your head so easily that it distracts
one
you.
ball drop. One ball drop.
Yeah, one ball drop and you're down for the game. That it will
Yeah, it's
It seems like there's a lot of pressure on some of the individual players to sometimes, well, make the shot. And, you know, what is that like?
for our program, it is like a lot on one person. I mean, we wouldn't be on the court if we didn't know what we were doing. So it's capable for all of us to get done. Sometimes people don't make the shot. That's perfectly fine. No one makes a good pass. No one makes a good kill, hit, anything really. But overall, like at the end of the day, we have each other's back. So say we mess up, we straight away, it's okay. Next time you'll get the next one. Like promise, like you got this. And that type of backup like constructs the entire like thought process about I just messed up. I can fix this. I have people telling me I can fix this. I've done it before. I can do it again. So kind of on that aspect of it.
Okay, so it seems as if like the mental part is pretty much the biggest part of volleyball. Is on. Could you explain and why that is the case? Just sum it up, and you don't really have to.
Yeah. Okay. So honestly, I remember at the beginning of the season, I was thinking, oh my God, like, what if I forget how to play? Like, literally, it will do it. You can do it to yourself. Like, I was like, oh my God, what if I forget how to pass a ball? Like, I haven't played in a year and a half. Like, we literally haven't played in that long. I remember the first game, they put me up to serve, and I just did not make it. And I was like, oh my God. And like, I know I can do it, obviously. But I was just like, oh, like, I can see. And they knew I could serve a ball, but it's just like, at the same time, like, my nerves got to me completely, and that's when it like really like takes a toll. Like, and that's just for one person, never mind a whole game of the ball's coming over at you, you miss a pass because you're nervous, you miss a set because you're nervous, you miss a hit because you're nervous. It deconstructs the entire game based on your nerves.
right. And to have the mentality to just kind of trust the process and trust practices, and not only trust practices, but trust your teammates to know like, okay, the ball's coming over, we're on serve receive, and it's coming straight towards the middle back. We have to know that middle back's we have to trust them, and we have to know that middle back's going to get that ball. We have to know, and we have to see, we have to kind of like, we just have to trust them. We just have to trust the whole team as a program.
And trust plays a big factor into like where
Yeah.
the ball is, and like seams. Like seams for volleyball is like balls landing in between the person. So it's kind of like half and half.
Right. You have to always just have the mentality to just trust your teammates and not only play as if it's an individual game, because if you don't have an outside, then that's one position that you just it's the ball goes there, and oh my God, you can't just run over to the other position. You have to make sure that you guys are all playing as a whole, not just as parts.
Is there anything else that you would like to tell us before we head out?
Honestly, nothing too specific, but I think volleyball is like a good chance for a lot of people to like try out something new. Especially at our school. Our school is really good about like incorporating people. Like, you want to try something new, go try it. Like, join the volleyball team next year. This year was probably too short, but try something new. Like, just do it.
I just have to say I really appreciate staff members and everybody to even make teams and programs like this even possible during all this commotion and COVID and like just everything. I just really appreciate everybody. And as people know, I came from Swampscott. Last year I was not in Salem. And everybody's just making it super easy for me to just kind of come back and just be myself again.
All right. Okay. Well, thank you once again, Nicole and Autumn, for joining us. And now let's head back to the studio.
Bye. Thank you.
Go Witches!
Bye. Thank you.
Be Volley fam. Be Volley fam.
Be Volley fam.
I think you guys just dealt a 6-pack on me. Now I'm starting to get it. Audience 1, student news anchor 0. Give me a second to recover. That's all we have for you today, Salem High. This has been the Salem High News, brought to you by the students of digital media. Take care, stay safe, get educated, stay classy, and we will see you next week. Uh-oh. Duck! You didn't get me that time.